Wow, look, a Flow Rider awarded $82 million in a lawsuit. And here I am thinking Flow Rider already won the lottery. He won it twice. Good evening, welcome to Open Mic. We like to start the show off with a few hot takes on news stories you won't find anywhere else. Let's start things off right here in DC, where people have voiced their concerns after seeing what they thought were cherry blossoms on trees in the area way ahead of schedule.
But the thing is, it's too soon for the cherry blossoms, but these are not the cherry blossoms that line the tidal basin.
Oh.
Okay. These are different.
I apologize for hitting you up in the DMs, being a little upset.
These are Japanese plum trees. Here's Mike Litteris of the National Park Service.
The plum trees are our earliest flowering fruit trees. A lot of people get excited when they see them. They think the cherry trees are blossoming. They think things are coming early, but in fact, different species.
Wow, look at these poor man's cherry blossoms right here. You mean to tell me folks got worked up over some cherry tree fool's gold? This is those off-brand, great value cherry trees right here. Y'all saw these stunt double plum trees and lost your collective minds. Now, the Cherry Blossom Festival, by the way, should be fine, so no need to worry the people that are looking forward to it, and I'm sorry to the people who can't stand it. The level of concern isn't totally off base. Now, Japanese plum trees are blossoming 2 weeks ahead of schedule. They're just as confused by this erratic weather as we are, and let's hope the actual cherry blossoms show more restraint than their B-list counterparts. Japanese plum trees showed up to the party all early, trying to steal the spotlight. Now they just look thirsty. Nice try, plum trees. Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis. You wish you could work it the way the cherry blossoms do. Then again, if they did, then we might have a second festival and we would have to deal with double the amount of tourists. So stay in your lane, plum trees. Let's head to Maryland for this next story, where Governor Wes Moore sat down with WSA9's own Larry Miller and discussed some awesome names in local music in the lead up to his inaugural People's Ball.
If I'm not mistaken, on the list of performers, I saw my uncle Maxwell. He's definitely uncle status now. I think DJ Quicksilver, who locally known, we love and own him. You guys, I think
Raheem Devon, local.
Now Drew Hill, is Cisco gonna be there too?
Cisco's gonna be there.
Okay. Now we're good.
Cisco's already said he's revved up. He's ready to go. He's ready to go. He's got the whole crew.
Wes Moore even took it back to the Fudgery in Baltimore.
I remember them from when they used to work at the Fudgery.
Carrie's my name. They say Carrie's his name. Make it fudge again. Make it fudge again.
In Baltimore City.
That's right. And also, a lot of people don't know the history of the Fudgery, where it's like some of the best talent in Baltimore
Came out of the Fudgery.
came out of the Fudgery, because you would go and get your fudge, and also, like, don't tell them it's your birthday, because they were going to serenade you.
Let me find out Carmelo Anthony was over there working at the Fudgery. You can see more from Larry's interview with Governor Moore on WSA9.com. Now, I chose this next story because it could be the end of a streamer-lined era. Retail chain Party City has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. Oh no, oh no. I mean, where else can I go to find Halloween costumes, birthday party decorations, and those giant inflatable wavy arm lawn things all in one place? And don't you dare say Amazon. Don't you do it. Don't you even think about it. Before we assume the worst, by the way, Party City has announced that the more than 800 stores they operate in North America will remain open, and customers will still be able to shop on their company website. So you hear that? The party's not over. With a little restructuring, this doesn't mean the party has to end. It's more like when the cops knock on the door because somebody you didn't invite complained about the noise. Once they leave, right back to partying. Hey, I'm rooting for you, Party City. People need brick and mortar businesses like this, if for no other reason, so they can try on Halloween costumes instead of reading online reviews and then praying for a miracle. And then when they crap out because it doesn't fit, you decide to wear it out in public anyway. Now people got photos of you they can use for blackmail for the next 50 years. I chose this last story because it's interesting and I can personally attest to it. A new study from honeymoon registry Honey Fund shows that newlywed couples are spending more time and more money on their honeymoons than they were pre-pandemic.
Honeymooners are now staying almost twice as long compared to before the pandemic.
Additionally, we found that honeymooners are now no longer coming in waves. They're coming consistently throughout the year.
They're also spending more, according to the honeymoon registry Honey Fund, an average of $4,800 now compared to $3,400 pre-pandemic.
Oh, look at Honey Fund's little interracial couple. That is all the rage now. Now, the cheapskate in me would say $4,800, good Lord, that's a lot of money. But I got married in the pandemic, so I understand. These newlyweds have been through some things. Go on and treat yourselves. If your marriage emerged stronger after being cellmates for 2+ years, y'all deserve to do it big. It doesn't take long to pay for a Zoom wedding. Think about that when you upgrade to the presidential suite. Now, the study also showed that newlyweds are receiving more wedding gifts than before the pandemic. Might as well take a longer vacation and folks already took care of the whole registry. Now, this though got me in my cheap feelings. It did, because we didn't even get the regular gifts from having a regular amount of people at a regular wedding, because we had the little pandemic wedding. So we got screwed. No, actually, I shouldn't say we, because my wife is much more mature and she doesn't measure things purely by financial means. I got screwed. You got to leave paradise and come home to that new coffee machine you had your eye on. Me, I got nothing. My favorite story, I'm going with the Cherry Blossom Festival because we all need something to look forward to. And at least we aren't the only ones confused by this weather.